Hello, YouTube Nation. This is Tony Shrey, and I'm going to make a small little video, not a long video, uh, kind of detailing just a little bit on how to actually spend your money whenever you're traveling abroad. A lot of people think it's pretty daunting. If you let it get too much, it can be daunting, but here's what I did, and here's some of the stuff that I observed when I was over there, and I'll make a few conclusions from my observations at the tail end of this video. One of the things that you should really do before you even go on your trip, at least a week ahead of time, is notify your bank that you actually have your debit card that you want to spend your money with. Uh, when you go to the bank, they'll give you a piece of paper. The lady actually filled out about 3/4 of it, and I actually had to fill out about a quarter of it myself. Basically, that tells the bank where you're going to be at what particular time in that time frame that you actually want to spend your money. Now, for me, whenever I went over, I actually told them I actually wanted to actually have the United Kingdom and France as being my countries that I want to spend my money, and I went ahead and told them that. So I get to my country of destination and I start spending my money, and it just worked out just fine. Another thing you can do, and this is where I want to actually kind of draw some conclusions at the tail end. There are in London, in all the huge tourist places, currency exchange places where you can actually get currency exchanged, okay? Avoid those at all cost, because they will want the exchange rate. Whenever I went over there, for the British pound to American was $1.24 versus versus one British pound. So you can do the quick math at $1.25, I guess, and figure out how much your conversion was. Well, I went to a few places and wanted some currency, so I told them what I wanted, and some of these places were like wanting $2.25 to $2.75 dollar to pound. At one place, I told them I wanted a 20-pound note, a 10-pound note, and a 5-pound note. To do that would have cost me at this one place that I went to $105. Now, that's just way too much money. That's almost double the money that you're supposed to actually have for your basic conversion rate. Now, another thing that you get in trouble with over there is they have a lot of ATMs that are doing the same thing. They're not centrally located, they're not central to a bank, they're actually just independent ATMs. Those will do the same thing. Now, the saving grace that you do have, and this is even sketchy as HE double hockey sticks, is they have some ATMs that are actually put the regular banks like Barclays or Bank of, HSBC or whatever, the banks are over there. So, but those are always out of order. There's like one, two, three, four banks of ATMs at Piccadilly Circus, but every single one of them was out of order. Every time I walked up to them, and I've been there 3 times, all the bank ones were out of order, but all the independent ones were. The last hope for you, and I will have to say this actually works out better than anything else if you want cash to spend, is get it done at your airports or your train stations, because they're just a little bit more on the exchange, but not quite as absorbent as these independent, you know, deals that are actually floating through, all these tourist trap places. Uh, I've had really good luck exchanging currency at the St. Pancras International Station where the Eurostar takes off. I thought the rate was actually really decent. Another place I thought was actually really decent was Heathrow Airport in London. So those are a couple options for you to think about if you need currency, to actually spend. But for the most part, you're good to actually spend your debit card. In fact, I don't think I made a single cash purchase at all while I was in London. I basically got some currency to take home as souvenirs for myself. I got a £10 note, a £20 note, and a £5 note, and I actually have some coin currency that I actually had from another trip. So the only reason I wanted to actually do that was just to get some currency to take home, for a souvenir, for collecting. But anyway, like I said, best bet is to just do it in public transportation places like your airports or your train stations, your international train stations. So that's all I wanted to say about spending money across in the UK. So that's all I wanted to say. Bye bye.